In the annals of human exploration, the launch of Chandrayaan-3 by India's space agency, ISRO, marked a significant milestone. This was more than just another lunar mission. It was a bold comeback, a direct successor to the failed Chandrayaan-2 landing attempt in 2019. With unwavering determination, ISRO aimed to conquer the uncharted territories of the Moon's South Pole, a region permanently cloaked in shadow, colder than Pluto, and untouched by any nation's probe until now. The South Pole, the holy grail of lunar science, held tantalizing secrets. Radar scans had hinted at ancient water ice, minerals locked in craters, and perhaps signs of a deeper mystery. But until now, no one had dared to land there. The terrain was treacherous, the light unreliable, the temperatures deadly. But ISRO, with their resilient Vikram lander, defied these challenges. With the successful landing near the Moon's South Pole, India joined an elite group of spacefaring nations. The mission's early data confirmed what scientists had hoped: frozen water, silicate-rich dust, and useful metals like magnesium and aluminum, a perfect recipe for future moon bases. But buried beneath those early headlines was a darker, more unsettling discovery, one that never made it to the press conferences. As the Pragyan rover rolled across the powdery regolith, it began scanning the moon's surface with state-of-the-art spectrometers. The goal: to identify the precise chemical makeup of the soil. But what it found left scientists in a state of disbelief, a substance never before seen in any known sample: lunar, terrestrial, or extraterrestrial. It didn't match any mineral in Earth's database. It didn't reflect light as it should. It seemed to absorb electromagnetic radiation, even bending it in unpredictable ways. One engineer described it as a sponge for energy. Michio Kaku called it a terrifying anomaly. This discovery alone would be enough to spark international crisis talks, but it was only the beginning. After the initial scans, ISRO activated Chandrayaan-3’s ground-penetrating radar, designed to peer beneath the lunar crust. What it found sent shockwaves through mission control. Beneath the rover's wheels, several meters down, a massive hollow void was detected. But it wasn't random. The radar returns revealed geometric formations, straight lines, symmetrical angles repeating grids. The early diagrams looked less like caves and more like blueprints. Kaku, after reviewing the scans, described them as metallic, organized, deliberate, and likely ancient. To make matters more disturbing, the void was massive, large enough to house a small city. And then came the heat. Instruments began picking up strange thermal fluctuations, rising and falling with no solar input. The moon, geologically dead for billions of years, was showing signs of internal energy. Could it be residual heat from unknown materials, a functioning system, or a still active artificial structure? For the first time, scientists began asking the unthinkable. Did we just uncover an ancient alien base, or worse, a forgotten human one? In the days following the underground scans, the Pragyan rover began to behave erratically. It stopped responding to commands. It sent back corrupted data packets. Its movement, once steady, became unpredictable. Officially, these malfunctions were attributed to mechanical stress, but whispers among insiders suggested otherwise. Some claimed the unknown material may have created electromagnetic interference, disrupting the rover's systems. And then came the silence. Pragyan stopped transmitting. This was not just a hardware failure. It was a mystery layered on a discovery, layered on a warning. If what lies beneath the moon's south pole is ancient and still active, then every step we take may be triggering a system we do not understand. Michio Kaku has now called for a global coalition, urging that no nation act alone in exploring the anomaly. He warns, we may have just awakened something not meant to be touched. As news of Chandrayaan-3's silence spread, governments around the world began paying close attention. The discovery of a mysterious substance, a geometric void, and the sudden blackout of the rover triggered international security protocols usually reserved for nuclear events. High-resolution satellite imagery from other space agencies, NASA, CNSA, ESA, was quietly redirected toward the landing zone. Reports leaked that American military satellites picked up an unexplained electromagnetic anomaly just hours before the rover stopped transmitting. Meanwhile, Chinese officials requested emergency access to ISRO's raw data logs, fearing that whatever had been found might affect Earth's electromagnetic balance. Some speculated that the anomaly might even be influencing communications satellites or Earth's magnetic field. In closed-door meetings, the word containment was used. This was no longer just a lunar research mission. It had become a planetary security concern. In a twist no one saw coming, a team of independent archaeologists and astrophysicists compared the radar scan geometries with ancient Vedic star maps. The results, the underground grid beneath the moon's south pole, bore a strange resemblance to sacred geometrical patterns found in ancient Indian texts, specifically mandalas believed to encode cosmic knowledge. Could this be coincidence, mathematical convergence, or something much deeper? Dr. Rakesh Verma, a scholar of Sanskrit cosmology, suggested that the geometry found beneath the lunar surface matches the proportions of a symbolic gate described in the Rig Veda, a portal that leads to the place beyond the dark sky. While mainstream science remains skeptical, the similarities are now fueling a growing movement among philosophers and physicists alike. That ancient civilizations may have known something about the moon's true nature, something we're only just now rediscovering. New data has begun to surface, reportedly smuggled from the rover's internal network by anonymous insiders. These files suggest that samples analyzed by Pragyan contained not just unknown compounds, but materials with photonic properties never before observed. The substance retrieved or scanned before contact was lost appears to be photonic negative. It not only absorbs light across all visible and infrared spectra, but may be capable of bending or even canceling electromagnetic fields around it. This behavior implies the material could be metastable or even artificially engineered. One leaked description referred to it as optical dark matter. If confirmed, this would mean that the moon's south pole holds a material that interacts with light and energy in ways we previously thought impossible. A material that could, in theory, shield entire regions from detection or even cloak a structure from any kind of optical scan. If such technology exists or existed on the moon, then our understanding of physics is no longer theoretical. It's obsolete. With the world watching and Chandrayaan-3 now silent beneath the shadows, the most terrifying question is not what we've found, but what happens next. What if the moon isn't just a lifeless rock, but a container, a vessel holding technology or information from a past so distant it predates known history? What if our probes in their curiosity have begun to unlock something that was never meant to be accessed again? What if the silence from Pragyan isn't a failure, but a warning? Michio Kaku's recent interview ended with a single chilling sentence. There are things buried in this universe we were never supposed to touch, and now we may have touched one. The world waits, but the moon remains silent. Chandrayaan-3 was supposed to be a scientific milestone, a symbol of progress, a flag planted not in arrogance, but in hope. And yet what it uncovered may not be a triumph, but a threshold. Because what if the moon's south pole wasn't untouched by accident? What if it was avoided? What if beneath its frozen craters and eternal shadows, something ancient waits, silent, buried, and watching? Not a message, not a sign, but a question. Will they come again? In the days that followed the loss of contact with Chandrayaan-3, a global debate erupted. Some argued for immediate action, to send another probe to investigate the anomaly, to uncover the truth and secure humanity's place in the cosmos. Others, more cautious, advocated for a wait-and-see approach, to study the available data, to understand the risks before taking the next step. In the end, it was decided that a joint mission, led by ISRO, NASA, and CNSA, would be launched to the Moon's South Pole. The goal: to learn, to understand, and to safeguard the future of humanity. As the world held its breath, the new mission was named Chandrayaan-4, a testament to the indomitable spirit of exploration that had led to this moment. The preparations were meticulous, the stakes immeasurable. The launch date was set, and as the rocket soared into the sky, the world watched, hopeful, and perhaps a little scared. For they knew that whatever lay beneath the moon's frozen craters, it was a secret that could change everything. And as the spacecraft approached the lunar South Pole, the world held its breath, waiting for the truth to be revealed. But the moon remained silent, its secrets hidden, its mysteries untouched. And perhaps in that silence lay the answer to the question that had been asked for millennia. Will they come again? Only time would tell.